Before there was light, there was no time, no space. Duniaverse, where the universe tells its story. Segment 1: Big Bang, the 0 second of the universe. Everything we know, space, time, matter, even cause and effect, came from a single point. A point with no size, no space, and no time. Yet from that point, everything began. Not with a bang, but with an expansion. A sudden, massive stretching of space itself. This event is known as the Big Bang. No light. No sound. Because there was no space for light to travel, and no medium for sound to move. In a fraction of a second, extreme energy formed fundamental particles. Millions of years later, these particles formed simple atoms. Hydrogen. Helium. The first ingredients of stars. 13.8 billion years passed. The universe kept expanding. Galaxies formed. Stars ignited. Planets spun. And the laws of physics stayed the same, just as they were at the very beginning. From a dimensionless point came structure. From early chaos came order. And to this day, the universe never stops growing. Segment 2: Why is space expanding but we don't feel it? The universe is expanding. Not because stars are flying apart through space, but because space itself is growing. Like dots on an inflating balloon. They move away from each other not by motion, but because the balloon itself gets bigger. But here on Earth, we feel nothing. Because local forces like gravity and electromagnetism are far stronger than cosmic expansion. Atoms in your body. The bond between Earth and the Sun. Even galaxies held together. All resist the pull of expansion. So while the universe grows, its structures stay intact. It's the space between distant galaxies that stretches. Not the space within solar systems. Segment 3: Earth, the third planet that's too special. Not too far, not too close to the Sun. An atmosphere thick enough, but not choking. Liquid water. A carbon cycle. An ozone layer. And a moon that steadies our spin. Earth isn't the only rocky planet. But so far, it's the only one with complex life. Too many coincidences to be just chance. Too much harmony to be dismissed as luck. If the solar system were an orchestra, Earth would be a note, played in perfect time. Segment 4: Why can't sound travel in space? Sound is a vibration of particles. It needs a medium, like air, water, or solid matter, to travel. But in space, there's no air. Just emptiness. A vacuum. No particles to vibrate. So when spaceships explode in movies and you hear a boom, that's fiction. In real space, there's no sound. Astronauts speak through radio, not because it's advanced, but because it's the only way to communicate where air doesn't exist. Segment 5: The Sun is a small star, yet it sustains us. The Sun isn't a giant among stars. It's not the hottest, brightest, or biggest. But it's stable. It lasts long. And its distance is just right. It gives enough energy for life on Earth. But not too much to burn our skies. Each second, the Sun releases the energy of 1 trillion nuclear bombs. But from 150 million kilometers away, it simply feels warm. Segment 6: We are just dust in a spinning galaxy. The Milky Way, our spiral galaxy, contains hundreds of billions of stars. One of them is the Sun. Our solar system orbits the galaxy's center at 828,000 kilometers per hour. But it takes 230 million years to complete one orbit. In the cosmic scale, we are not central. Not on the edge. But somewhere, in the uncertain middle. Not meaningless because we're small. But able to witness the vastness, because we're small. Segment 7: The brain is built to survive, not understand. The human brain evolved to survive, not to understand the universe. That's why it loves patterns, fears ambiguity, and seeks meaning, even where there is none. It prefers fast answers over complex truths. Comfort over scientific uncertainty. But from that very limitation comes curiosity. And curiosity, is the beginning of discovery. Segment 8. Time is not absolute, but elastic. Time doesn't tick forward like a clock on the wall. It bends with speed and gravity. The faster something moves, the slower time passes for it. The stronger gravity is, the slower time flows nearby. This isn't theory, it's fact. Tested. Proven. GPS satellites tick at a different rate than clocks on Earth. Time is not absolute. It's woven from motion and space. Segment 9. Why doesn't the ocean spill into space? Earth spins fast. But oceans don't fly off. Why? Gravity. Earth's pull holds every drop of water. Even as it spins, centrifugal force isn't strong enough to break that grip. So the ocean stays. Rolling, restless, yet anchored. Held tight by a force unseen, but unyielding. Segment 10. Saturn's rings, beautiful but fragile. Saturn's rings look majestic from afar. But they're just ice, rock, and dust, floating in orbit. Not solid. Not sturdy. Step on them, and you'd fall through. And they won't last. In 100 million years, they may be gone. Beauty is sometimes just distance in disguise. The closer you get, the more fragile it becomes. Segment 11. Life is a cycle, not a line. Stars are born. They shine. Then die. Their death forges heavy elements. Those form planets. Planets become homes for life. Then life dies. Bodies decompose. And the cycle begins again. There are no straight lines. Only circles. Eternal, but ever-changing. Segment 12. Atoms, almost entirely empty. All solid things, rock, steel, bone, are made of atoms. But atoms are almost completely empty. If the nucleus were the size of a ping-pong ball, its electrons would orbit a stadium away. What feels solid isn't packed with matter. It's held together by invisible forces. Even emptiness can shape reality. Segment 13. Mirrors don't show the full truth. Mirrors reverse direction. Not left and right, but front and back. What you see is not a real image, but a reflection. Delayed by the speed of light, slightly. And never truly complete. Because a flat surface can't fully capture depth. Segment 14. The universe might be infinite, but not boundless. Infinity is not the same as boundless. The universe might curve into itself, like the surface of a sphere. No edge, but also no end. Walk in a straight line forever, and you might return to where you began. Without ever hitting a wall. Infinite doesn't mean unstructured. Just too vast to define its borders. Segment 15. Looking at stars is looking at the past. Light takes time to reach us. The sun? 8 minutes. The brightest star? Decades. A distant galaxy? Millions of years. To look at the night sky is to see history. Many stars we see may already be gone. Their light, a final echo. Looking up is looking back. Segment 16. DNA, a cosmic script within. The human body is made of over 37 trillion cells. Each cell holds DNA, a 3 billion letter code written in chemistry. This language comes from our ancestors, and inside it lies a record of billions of years of evolution. We're not just flesh and bone. We are a library of time. Segment 17. An asteroid once reset life on Earth. 66 million years ago. A 10-kilometer-wide asteroid struck Earth. It caused mass extinction, wiping out the dinosaurs. But in that void, life found new paths. Tiny mammals survived. And from them came us. Sometimes, a new beginning arrives. As a great ending. Segment 18. Is there a line between science and philosophy? Science asks how. Philosophy asks why. But the two are not enemies. When science reaches the edge of knowledge, philosophy takes over. What is consciousness? Does objective reality exist? When did time begin? Science gives data. But meaning often comes from questions with no answers. Segment 19. The universe may end. But how? One idea, the big freeze. The universe keeps expanding, energy spreads out, heat fades, until everything freezes. Or the big rip. If dark energy keeps accelerating expansion, all bonds may break, galaxies, stars, even atoms. Or the big crunch. The universe grows, then collapses, returning to its beginning. The universe had a start. Maybe it has an end. Segment 20, not special, but still miraculous. This planet is just one among trillions. Its location is average. Its shape is ordinary. Yet something rare happens on its surface. Life. Consciousness. Wonder. Earth may not be special in the cosmic scale. But it is miraculous. Because here, the universe found a way to wonder about itself. And to this day, the universe never stopped expanding. Duniaverse. Because the universe isn't meant to be owned, only understood.